It's a beautiful Sunday here, and we are down to the last day of the Shakey's Girls Volleyball Invitational 2024. Welcome to Quick Set, brought to you by Smart, and this is Janine Sakal patrolling the courtside today along with our panel, Kayla Reyes and Jelena Lucenio. Now, before we get to the exciting finals matchup this afternoon, we have teams this morning fighting for higher rankings in our classification matches rather. And first off this morning, we have Bethel Academy versus the Lyceum of the Philippines University at 10 a.m. And right after that, we have the Arellano University High School versus the Far Eastern University Diliman. And for our battle for bronze, we have the King's Montessori School versus the National University of Nazareth School. And finally, our awaited finals matchup, the Adamson University versus the Bacolod Taytong High School. Now, we're talking about the last day. We're talking about the last games here, and some of our players are actually enjoying their last few games with their teams because some of them are graduating, and we saw the social media post of Angelica Cruz from the Lyceum of the Philippines University. You know, she's actually graduating, and she told me earlier she's very happy about her journey in Lyceum, and she's excited to pursue college volleyball right after. And you know, after that, we also have Shane Ruterta, who is also graduating, and she also posted about her graduation earlier, and she was so thankful for Bethel and everything that it has brought her. Now, we wish these two teams the best, and now let's head on. We're a few moments away from our game, and this is the 2024 Shakey's Girls Volleyball Invitational, live on the Smart Livestream app, free and open to all networks. Also live on Smart Sports and Puso Pilipinas. You can also watch on Shakey Super League Facebook and on TV at Solar Sports. Now I bring you to the panel.
Heartbreaking 5-set defeat in their previous match, Bethel Academy looks to wrap up their stint in the 2024 Shakey's Girls Volleyball Invitational League with a win when they faced Lyceum of the Philippines University Cavite for that battle of 7th place. Kayla Reyes, Jelena Lucenio, and Janine Sakal on deck today. Jelena, it's finally championship day today in the league, but before our most awaited championship match, we have our battle for third, and of course for this morning, our classification matches. Jelena, for this match in particular, who do you think needs to step up aside from Gansha and Ruterta?
I think since this is the last day and most of our players here are graduating, I think everybody needs to step up. At least they could end this tournament win or lose on a good note.
Definitely, we are, of course, expecting a very exciting match. But before we get the ball rolling today, let's discuss our current bracket. We see here Bacolod, Taytong, and Adamson going for that final spot. Later on, for our last match today, for our semifinals, we have King's Montessori and NU battling that out. And for our classification matches this morning, again, it's FU Diliman and LPU for our next game. And for our game right now, that will be LPU and Bethel Academy. And let's now take a look at the last game performance of Bethel versus Arellano University, dropping that match in a 5-set thriller. They lost 21-25, 25-27, 25-21, 25-20, and 12-15.
This was actually a close game since considering their spikes here are not too far from each other, 55 and 51. Their blocks a little bit off with 3 and 6, and their aces are almost the same with opponent errors as well as 43 and 44.
Definitely, but let's now move on and let's talk about Shane Ruterta, who is now the leading scorer here in the league after her last game performance. her classification match versus Arellano University High School, scoring 36 big points here. That is a new GVIL record, surpassing even the scoring numbers of players like Ara Panique, Cassie Dongalio, Jelay Guerrero when they were playing in the GVIL last season. That was coming off 33 attacks as well. 1 point, 1 block rather, and 2 aces. And she is also our smart power player with 103 points, the first or the top scorer in the league with 6.06 points a set and 13 aces, the second in our top servers. Let's now move on and discuss LPU's last game performance versus FEU. They lost to FEU there in 3 straight sets, 25-19, 25-22, and 25-18.
After coming from a straight set loss also from Bacolod Taitung High School, this was also a heavy game for the LPU. And we're having only 18 spikes and 1 block, 4 aces, and at the same time having 24 errors.
Now, one girl still that delivered the goods here for LPU is none other than Hannah Gansha, having 8 points there, coming off 6 attacks and 2 aces.
I think what the team here really needs to improve is their reception and their distribution for their key players here for them to be able to win this game. Somebody has to step up with Hannah Gansha here for them to be able to win.
As I now turn you over to our floor announcer for the callouts.
Welcome to Adamson University Gym. This is the Shakey's Girls Volleyball Invitational League 2024. This is match number 41 between Lyceum of the Philippines University Junior Lady Pirates and Bethel Academy Blue Heroes. Now let us meet from the Lyceum of the Philippines University Junior Lady Pirates. First off, from team captain at number 7, Angelica Cruz. First libero at number 8, Ali Trias. Make way for their teammates at number 1, Zel Borda. At number 2, Trisha Polmores. At number 3, Mika Boticario. At number 4, Mira Luces. At number 5, Charlene Rutacchio. At number 9, Hannah Gansha. At number 12, Savina Umano. At number 14, Meg De La Cruz. At number 15, Kelly Ruazol. At number 18, Hart Molino. At number 19, Belinda Trias. Second libero at number 11, Don Rada. And now let us meet the players from Bethel Academy Blue Heroes. First off, the team captain and their first libero at number 10, Tasha Doroha. Make way for their teammates at number 1, Rich Agbisit. Number 2, Chai Porto. At number 3, Je Arminsha. At number 6, Princess Tango. At number 7, Eureka Swammer. At number 8, Rain Reducto. At number 9, Shaula Dinglasan. At number 11, Shane Retarta. At number 12, April Treinta. At number 15, Eunice Swammer. At number 18, Carl Maneja. At number 25, Brent Blanco. Second libero, at number 13, Yana Vinigiera. Presenting our game officials for this match. First referee, Mr. Rolando Casilla. Second referee, Mr. Tristan Ortega. And now let us meet the starters of both teams. So first off, from Bethel Academy, Blue Heroes. Outside hitter number 2, Chai Porto. Setter number 3, Je Arminsha. Middle blocker number 8, Rain Reducto. Middle blocker number 9, Shaola Dinglasan. Outside hitter number 11, Shane Reterta. Opposite hitter number 12, April 30. Starting libero and their team captain, Tasha Doroha. Head coach of the Blue Heroes, Tristan Garcia. And now let us meet the starters from Lyceum of the Philippines University, Junior Lady Pirates. First off, their team captain and middle blocker number 7, Angelica Cruz. Opposite hitter number 2, Teresa Pulmones. Middle blocker number 4, Mira Luces. Outside hitter number 5, Charlene Rotacchio. Outside hitter number 9, Hannah Gansha. Setter number 12, Savina Omano. Starting libero is number 11, Don Rada. Head coach of the Junior Lady Pirates, Mr. Cromwell Garcia.
Again, it's Bethel Academy going up against Lyceum of the Philippines, University Cavite for that battle for 7th place. Let's take a look at Bethel Academy's starting lineup. We have Reterta, Armintia, Reducto, Dinglasan, Tango, Porto, and Doroha as their starting libero. On the other side of the court for LPU, we have Cruz, Gansha, Umano, Pulmones, Rutaquio, Luces, and Rada for their starting libero as well. And to start things off for us here, we have Trisha Porto, the outside hitter for Bethel Academy. Set 1 underway. This set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and Mojo's now. So good attack there, but good pickup from Bethel. And Reterta immediately beginning this set with a point.
You know, from the start, we were actually expecting for this to be a battle of Gansha and Reterta. Since, you know, they came from a very hyped up game, and I think both of these girls are just in their game right now, that they really want to score.
Definitely, they want to win, or finish off rather, this tournament, at least at 7th place here, after dropping their last match. And that attack goes out, so another point here for Bethel Academy.
Coming off from the last games, one of the things that they both really need to improve is the distribution of sets and as well as their defense.
Let's see if they will be able to do that today, and for sure, once they're able to do so, all things will go their way, although Cruz there hitting the net. So another error, yes.
Yeah, medyo nanggigil si Cruz doon. I mean, like, I get it, actually. You're the team captain and it's your last playing year for high school.
But Cruz, one of the big contributors also here for LPU ever since the beginning of the tournament. But Reterta with another power attack.
LPU seems to be having a hard time here catching up with Bethel, having 0-4. If they want to advance in scoring here, they really have to look out for Shane Reterta.
That serve goes out here for number 2, Porto. But Bethel Academy still with a 3-point lead here. Reterta playing her final year in high school, as well as Angelica Cruz, the team captain. Attack goes wide, no touch there for Shane Reterta.
Actually, from this angle, it looked like parang may touch doon sa blockers.
as LPU to serve now. That's setter Savina Marie Omano. That serve falls right on the end line. First service ace here for LPU. This serve of the game is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken mojos now. Good pass here from Bethel Academy. And Bethel scoring another point, care of Reducto.
This was the set distribution that I was talking about, that it can't only be Shane Riterta who's going to work in this game if they want to end in the 7th place spot.
Point will be replayed here as there was no whistle yet coming from the referees. Reducto with the serve there. Umano to the open side. Set to the middle. She'll have to bring that one over. Reterta from the opposite. Defended there by LPU. Armintia to the middle. Reterta will try, gives up a free ball there. And Bethel wins that point after quite a long rally.
Yeah, they look like they were struggling there, but in the end, they still got the point. But that was a good save coming from Gansha, actually.
Cruz from the middle, and Cruz there starting to heat up in this first set. Although there was a net touch violation as per our officials, although Coach Cromwell is trying to contest that call.
Actually, it seemed like she had a net touch. Kasi gumalaw yung net eh. No?
So good eye on the part of our referees here. Attack from the opposite on the side of LPU. Back row attack here for Treinta. That one falls on the line.
Medyo kinabahan siya ng konti doon kasi lumobo yung bola, but then they still got the point.
Enjoy only 5G data, only calls and texts, and only Netflix mobile on us. All with Smart Postpaid's powerful SIM-only plans starting at $9.99. Get it on eSIM online, only with Smart Postpaid.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
Well, I was talking to Shane Riterta before the game started earlier. Her niece approached us with a good luck hug for her and chocolates in hand. It's no wonder that Shane has been consistently playing well in this tournament with the support of her family and, of course, the green archer uniform in the horizon. Shane told me that she's actually feeling nervous about the next chapter in her life, especially with stronger competition in the collegiate level. But at the end of the day, it's all just a challenge in her pursuit of growth. And I'm sure you can relate to that as former volleyball players Jelena and Kayla.
Thank you for that report, Janine. Actually, it's very interesting to see Shane Riterta at such a young age playing at this high level. She's the top scorer, and we also have a new GVIL record. I believe that was 33 or 36 points, if I'm not mistaken, in their last match before this, and even surpassing the scores of players like Cassie Dongalio, Gajero, and Panique.
Well, we really know all too well the feeling of transitioning from high school to college level. It's a very uneasy yet fulfilling feeling na mararanasan mo yung bigger picture of volleyball. And it's really great to see that this girl is parang wala siyang kaba. to go on to the next chapter because yun nga sabi ni Janine kanina, she has all the support and all the inspiration that she gets from her family.
Definitely. So a player here, that's Shane Riterta, to watch out for as she moves up to the collegiate ranks. Gansha here to serve for LPU. Armintia chooses Riterta. That set too tight there that time around.
Actually, the third time that they were kind of having a miscommunication with her setter here, but let's see if she gets to adjust. On the other hand, it's an advantage for LPU since they could get their groove moving.
Well, so far, we are all tied up at 8 here in the early part of our first set. The Inta attack goes through the block of Cruz and Rotaquillo that time.
Angelica Cruz's timing was actually okay, but she was just a little bit short on the distance there with the block.
Armintia, their setter, distributing that ball very efficiently. You have Treinta, Dinglasan, and Riterta doing the scoring. And right on cue, Dinglasan there with an attack of her own.
It's very nice to see these girls on a Sunday morning, very lively.
Yes, our matches are here at the Adamson University Gymnasium in San Marcelino, Manila. And for our volleyball fans, we still have 3 more matches after this one. And of course, our most awaited championship match later on. But before that, that smart power play of the set was presented by Smart. Live more today. Cruz mistiming that serve. So an error committed here by the team captain.
If you want to build momentum, you really have to start here with a serve.
So Riterta serving now here for Bethel Academy. And that's an ace for the graduating player, Shane Riterta.
Coach Cromwell thinking of ways on how to adjust his reception. But starting off the game kanina, the reception was okay and that they just committed errors. Kaya nagka-score din yung Bethel.
That one goes through the block. That's care of Rotaquillo.
I guess that answers our question kanina, who's going to step up for both teams we have here from LPU.
Definitely, aside from Gansha, we have Rotaquillo with doing the damage and assisting on the front line. Rotaquillo again. Riterta. Rotaquillo will try that one. Too strong. Asking for a check. None was called, so point here for Bethel Academy.
See Coach Cromwell smiling because he really thought there was a check ball. But the referees say no.
Dinglasan at the service deck now. So Bethel still with a 3-point lead. Earlier we were all tied up at 8. This time a net touch called on Bethel Academy, so point for the Lady Pirates.
They immediately get back their point there with almost a similar type of error from Bethel with a net touch.
Armintia sets up the open side. That's Porto scoring for Bethel Academy.
Trias had good intention with that ball as well, but then she was just not in the right position.
No one there to get that second ball after that save from Treinta.
Miscommunication, but good attack coming from LPU.
LPU activating their spikers more here. Let's credit to Omano, their setter. Reterta from the back, and Reterta scores from the pipe.
Could really see the intent in killing the ball every time she approaches. And alam mo yun, parang if ever she gets an error from an offense, babawiin niya agad, magdidepensa din siya and cover for her teammates.
Drop ball here by LPU. Reinta from the back row. Ball still alive. Good defense showed by LPU. Back row attack for Porto. And Porto here, stepping up big time for Bethel Academy.
You could see that approach coming from the back row. There was a miscommunication on the end of LPU between the sweepers and the opposite defense.
Enjoy only 5G data, only calls and texts, and only Netflix mobile on us. All with Smart Postpaid's powerful SIM-only plans starting at $9.99. Get it on eSIM online, only with Smart Postpaid.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
That second technical timeout where Bethel Academy still with a 4-point lead. Coach Cromwell Garcia on your screens, contesting some of those calls earlier, called by the referees.
Well, there were 2 check balls that they really think happened, but then the referee contested na wala naman talaga.
So let's see if LPU can bounce back here and a point right away after that timeout.
That was a good attack coming from Gansha. Her blockers were late on that and miscommunication pa on the defense.
Good serve there from LPU. Free play given up by Bethel Academy. Attack from the opposite. Armintia to Reterta. Good block there by Cruz. So free ball for LPU here. Umano. And Gansha with another point, finding those empty zones on the side of Bethel Academy.
Makikita mong sumilip talaga siya kung saan niya pwede dalhin yung bola. And then, saktong-sakto, the libero of Bethel was actually a little bit forward. Kaya nakuha niya yung spot doon sa side.
Another point here for LPU with a service ace care of setter Umano.
If I'm not mistaken, this is the second time na nangyari yun.
So timeout now called by Bethel Academy. Let's listen in.
Kasi lagi doon namamatay eh.
Nangyayari kasi nalilate minsan yung block. Ginagawa ko, pasok sa gitna. Na-open na yung...
Hindi natin nasasara. Ano, adjust na tayo?
Adjust sa block.
Box, ikaw maglong. Okay, let's go. Ikaw mag-hardball.
That huddle was powered by Smart. Live more today.
Well, adjust is what they really need to do here. Yun na nga sabi ni Coach, they really have to adjust on the blockings para hindi mahirapan yung defense nila. At the same time, bawal yung naglalag.
Parang in that last few sequences, nabubutasan nga yung floor defense pattern ng Bethel Academy. So just some regrouping in that timeout as Shane Reterta delivers right away here.
That was a good timeout called by the coach there. Bouncing back with that powerful attack is Shane Reterta.
Faulty reception here for LPU. But Pulmones adjusting to that out-of-system play and getting a point.
That was actually uncalled for right there. It came from a loose ball, but then her timing was great and Bethel did not expect that attack.
Bethel having some problems in terms of their defense pattern in this first set. Gansha from the back. Reterta. And Reterta really very powerful. Every time she's in that front line, unstoppable here.
Actually, nagkatinginan pa sila nung setter niya kasi parang sabi niya sobra ata yung set.
But targeting zone 4 on the court of LPU. Umano chooses the open side. That one sails out once again.
Rutakia with a good intention there sa bola, but then mali lang yung contact and timing niya.
So timeout this time for Coach Cromwell. Let's listen in.
Sir, hayaan mong hanapin ka nila. Meron ka naman 2 target. Pag pumangit, meron ka namang option. Huwag nga kayo matakot mablakan. Naintindihan nyo, kung mabablakan kayo, kukuberan kayo para may rebound tayo. Kasi pag binigyan nyo ng puntos yan, wala na, hindi natin makukuha yan.
That huddle was powered by Smart. Live more today.
Well, what we got there is trust. Trust in yourself and trust in your teammates. Kasi nga naman, you're not gonna lose anything if mabablock ka. Kasi andun naman yung teammates mo para sumalu sa bola mo. As well as, hayaan mo nga silang mag-idea kung paano kanila blocking. Just play your game.
Definitely. And to help with the confidence of the spiker, of course, your teammates will have to cover just in case, as you mentioned, Jelena, if they do get blocked.
Yeah.
So free ball here for Bethel. Armintia to Dinglasan in the middle. Good defense by LPU. Attack from Treinta. Rotakio. Reterta. And Reterta finally ends that rally.
Long rally we have there. One of the longest that we had here in the first set. And yun na nga, if you're the setter, you have the key player in front. You'd most definitely give it to her for your team to get a point.
4-point lead here for the girls in blue and white. Pipe attack coming from LPU. Umano chooses the opposite, Pulmones. And Pulmones successful here.
Bethel contesting the call of the referee, saying that there was a double touch coming off from that block and the coverage. Being called to the stand now is the libero and the team captain of Bethel.
So just some clarifications, and Doroha, their team captain libero, talking to their coach.
Yeah.
So team captain Angelica Cruz serving. Armintia, free ball here by Bethel. Attack by Pulmones. Umano, free ball here again for Bethel. Reterta off-speed attack. Gansha bringing that one over. Dinglasan from the middle, good defense by Cruz. Pulmones again. Long rally we're seeing. That rally ends as that ball touches the roof. So automatic point here for Bethel Academy.
That was a good combination play coming from the setter of Bethel. And LPU just had a hard time reading that one. And nagulat actually si Angelica Cruz.
Now we have substitutions. Rubazol in for LPU. One of their setters as well, subbing in Umano. Armintia to Porto. Rubazol chooses Rutakio. And another point para sa LPU.
Bethel checking the ball of LPU. You know, Coach Cromwell here utilizing his other players for them to be able to change the game. And actually, that seemed like a good sub right there.
Pulmones serving that one. Actually, also stepping up in today's match. A lot of LPU's points coming from her attacks in the opposite.
They're calling an inside, but from our point of view here, that actually seemed out.
But point will remain here with LPU as our referees call that. And then ace here coming from LPU.
Yeah. Shane Terta having a hard time with the reception.
Timeout called by Bethel Academy.
Kung ini-stop natin yan, pinuntusan agad natin, di ba? Huwag niyong halalaanin yung call. Be mature. Crunch time, okay? Yung set.
That huddle was powered by Smart. Live more today.
Well, yun na nga sabi ni Coach, you have to be mature, you have to accept the calls despite na feeling mong mali yung tawag. And you just have to move on and go for the next step.
Definitely, game goes on no matter what the call is, whether it's in your favor or not. And usually yung nangyayari kasi dun is we get, as players before, we know that feeling that we get disheartened when the wrong call has been made in our opinion. But the game should and must go on as LPU tying things up here at 21.
This seems to be in favor of LPU here, dislodging the reception of Bethel.
That attack goes out for Trias.
It's so cute because they're looking at the referee thinking that he's gonna call another block touch.
Inglasan with the serve. Better reception here for LPU. Soft touch in the middle. Reinta. That's set too close to the net here for Porto.
Coming from a 4-point lead by Bethel, we narrowed it down to 22 all.
Rutacchio with the serve. Riterta, good first ball. Sets up Porto. Gansha from the open side. Doroha was there. Attack from Gansha once again. And that one, no one going after that ball.
That was actually a high ball pa kung titingnan mo kasi it bounced off the net and the players really had a time to recover that.
So a lot of miscommunication errors we're seeing in the side of Bethel, leaving them with open spots in their defense. Attack error by Shane Riterta there, missed contact.
We're seeing a different side of the story now, having LPU at set point coming from 4 down, actually.
So that puts LPU at set point, as you mentioned, Jelena. Let's see if they can end it here or if Bethel will save a set point. Gansha tries to end it. Good defense by Doroha. And medyo nang gigil doon si Riterta. And that will do for our first set here. LPU Cavite winning that one.
It changed momentum barely at the end of the game. Well, it's ironic actually because Shane Riterta was the one who was kind of having an off game sa bandang huli.
So final score for our first set, 25-22 in favor of LPU.
There's nothing like winning the game.
Congrats sa promotion.
There's nothing like leveling up. There's nothing like the first face-to-face. There's nothing like meeting the fam. For great times, great memories.
There's nothing like Shakey's.
Enjoy only 5G data, only calls and texts, and only Netflix mobile on us. All with smart postpaid, powerful SIM-only plans starting at $9.99. Get it on eSIM online, only with smart postpaid.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
Our score for that first set is 25-22, again in favor of LPU Cavite. Scoring first blood here as we take a look at our set 1 highlights on the side of Bethel Academy. At the beginning of that set, they were in charge and taking command. Everyone stepping up for them. Of course, Riterta, Porto, although committing some errors in the latter part of that set, a lot of miscommunication and struggling with their floor defense pattern. But on the side of LPU, really contributing here was Pulmones, Gansha, Cruz, and Rutacio.
Well, we really had a good first set here, coming off with a change of events sa bandang dulo ng set na to. And nakita natin on how paano the call of the referees really affected the players of Bethel, setting off the game of Retarte into a different note. But on the good side of LPU, they took advantage of it and stepping up. And we have here 14 attacks and 11 attacks coming from LPU, with 1 block from LPU, 6 aces from LPU, and 1 from Bethel. And they actually have the same number of errors.
So LPU really capitalizing every time they get the chance to sa service line, and of course putting pressure in the reception of Bethel Academy. But let's see if Shane Riterta and the rest of her squad can bounce back in this second set.
We could actually say then LPU had a slow start, but then they gained momentum and they just play their game. And yun nga, with the confidence of Coach Cromwell, kanina sabi na, just trust in your teammates. Kaya they had a chance to turn the events.
So set 2, this set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and Mojo's now. And I like how they really put pressure talaga sa sa reception rather, of Bethel Academy to avoid or to give a harder chance for Armintia to set up her spikers.
Yeah, kasi mahalaga yung first ball eh. If it's a good pass, then you're giving the chance for the setter to make plays. And mas mahirap basahin talaga kung sino didepensahan, saan pupunta yung bola.
So Bethel scores 1 already there. Good save by Doroha. Riterta struggling here with her attacks.
Kanina pa at sa bandang huli nung first set, makikita natin na Shane Riterta is having a hard time getting back her timing, her momentum.
Armintia to Riterta. This time Treinta from the open side. And a powerful attack here coming from Rutacio.
That was a good set coming from the setter of LPU. And binabantayan na nila talaga ngayon si Retarte on the other side. Kasi yun nga, we mentioned Retarte rather. Minention natin kanina na she is a key player and they really have to look out for her if they want to advance in this game.
Shane Riterta now in the back line on that service deck. Razol now are still remaining in the court here after we started out with Umano. And then we saw Coach Cromwell subbing Robazol in the latter part of that first set. Now she's a starting setter for our second set.
They changed the playmaker of the game for them to change the game as well.
Definitely the pace. Once she entered in that first set, all things changed for LPU, although another attack error coming from Rutakyo here.
Rutakyo struggling with her hits. Hindi niya maintindihan bakit sumasablay sa net, but I really think that her timing was off. Nauuna siyang pumasok sa bola.
Armintia adjusts, sets up Riterta in the back. Good up by Doroha. Pulmones from the opposite. Actually, Pulmones stepping up today for LPU. Riterta was there to defend that one. Porto off the block.
Taking advantage of the blockers of FEU already being pulled down by gravity on that part for the timing. They got a check ball and now it's back to them.
Riterta still serving. That was a good serve. But Cruz there. Good timing and putting that one away. But we also have to credit Ruazol there for that one-handed set.
That was a good one-hand set. Nagulat actually yung players ng Bethel because that was a fast play.
Those plays really working here for LPU. Porto. Ruazol to Rutakyo, and Rutakyo gets one off the block as well.
She screamed that one out, saying I'm back. Coming off from errors kanina. Getting that good momentum and scoring, even if they were blockers.
Good attack there from LPU. Free ball here for LPU. Ooh, and a miscommunication there between Cruz and Gancha. Letting that one slip.
Bibitawan na sana ni Cruz yung bola, but then Gansha thought it was going to be inside.
And those balls are, yun yung pinakamasakit at pinakasayang na nangyayari sa volleyball since free ball na yung papunta sa inyo tapos they let that one slip. Yes.
Yeah.
But Rutakyo there responding.
Stepping up for LPU is Rutakyo, and she's actually doing a great job. You know, she has time to adjust kanina, committing some errors. But then, alam mo yung tuloy-tuloy pa din. She doesn't get disheartened every time she gets an error. And you can still see her going even now.
Rutakyo asking for that one. But Rosol gives it to the middle. Porto, that one sails out. No spin there on that attack by Porto.
That was a good rally coming from both teams. You can see the effort in the defense. But Coach Cromwell here correcting still yung timing in the attacks.
Riterta with the reception. Armintia to Porto. And Porto just redeeming herself here.
Have a powerful play coming from a pipe from the Bethel.
That smart power play of the set was presented by Smart. Live more today. Armintia chooses Riterta in the pipe. Attack error once again here.
If I'm not mistaken, that's her third error for this set. And she's still getting back her groove na nawala kanina. Advantage for LPU on the other hand here is that the offense of Bethel is narrowed down to 3 people.
All tied up now at 7. Armintia. That was a miscommunication between Gancha and the libero. Gancha not getting that one. And just looking behind her as we see here, overpass Armintia, and that miscommunication on the defense.
Enjoy only 5G data, only calls and texts, and only Netflix mobile on us. All with smart postpaid's powerful SIM-only plans starting at $9.99. Get it on eSIM online, only with smart postpaid.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power All-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
Back from that first technical timeout, Bethel Academy with a lead here at 8. After that point by Armintia.
Well, we're having a closer tie here for the game compared to the first set kanina na medyo malayo yung points from both teams.
Now Rosol responding with a 1-2 play of her own.
Bethel still struggling with the defense.
Luces serving for LPU. Reinta from the back. Gansha, powerful attack. That one sails out as they ask for a check here.
She was actually behind the ball or under the ball there, kaya lumabas yung bola. She had good timing, but then masyadong mababa yung kamay niya for that one.
Ganta will try again. That one off the block. Pancake saved by Reterta. So ball's still alive here. Cruz. Reterta from the open side. Not the best of contacts there. But that one still falling on the line. A point is a point.
Parang kalahati lang nung kamay niya yung tinamaan ng bola.
So 2-point lead here for Bethel Academy. As Reducto serves, although commits an error. So in that first set, Jelina, we saw na halos pantay ang errors for both teams.
They both actually had 7 errors, but then lamang sa service ace yung LPU. That goes to show that madaming miscommunication and misreceptions na nangyari on the end of Bethel.
Good defense here by LPU. Almost a block, but she covers her own attack. And free ball turning into another point here for Bethel Academy.
That was yung mga least ini-expect mo mangyari when it comes to a free ball. Kasi mukhang papaluin niya, but then it was just an overhead and LPU didn't manage to read that one.
Porto finding the corner, and the floor defense of LPU was just not ready that time, as Rotakio commits an attack error from the pipe.
Takyo trying to make the ball cross over the net, but then malakas nga, but it was not in the right timing.
Pulmones missed contact.
She was late on that attack. Nasa baba na siya ng bola, kaya lumipad na ng malayo.
Four-point lead here for Bethel Academy. Pulmones with a softer touch but gets that point.
Sometimes you don't need yung pinakamalakas na mga palo. You have to use your thinking skills for you to be able to place the ball in the right place.
Gansha with a serve here. Out of system play. And a missed free ball by Shane Reterta. So a point for LPU.
Duterte still getting back her game. Parang kanina ko pa siyang nakikitang medyo dislodged sa loob ng court.
Free ball here. Pulmones from the opposite. Armintia chooses Treinta. Pulmones will try again. Duterte. Good save there by Ruazol. And Doroha really just manning that floor defense here of Bethel Academy. Armintia chooses Duterte. Long rally we're seeing again here. Rotakio. Duterte finally ends that rally.
Sabi niya, ako na ang tatapos neto. And that was a very long rally. Could see the exhaustion from both teams just trying to hand that ball over to the other court.
One-handed set again, but Cruz touches the net on that last rally.
That was the third net touch for Cruz here in this game. Ang ganda sana ng set, but then she touched the net on that one.
Ruazol gives it to Rotakio. Back row attack is good here for Shane Duterte.
Angelica Cruz trying to man that net, but then it slipped through her hands, and we have a point for Bethel.
Enjoy only 5G data, only calls and texts, and only Netflix mobile on us. All with Smart Postpaid's powerful SIM-only plans starting at $9.99. Get it on eSIM online, only with Smart Postpaid.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more with Smart Power All-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
You are still watching the Shakey's Girls Volleyball Invitational League brought to you by Smart. Now, graduating senior Angelica Cruz told me earlier that what she wants the team to show is bravery the very moment they step into the court. Sabi nga niya, kahit sino makalaban at kahit anong pangalan ang dala nila, kailangan nilang ipakita kung ano ang kaya nilang gawin. Angelica believes they can do this if they get their composure and enjoy the game, and that is what we saw them do in the first set earlier. And now that Bethel Academy is catching up to them, let's see if the Junior Lady Pirates can regain their composure. Now back to you, Kayla and Chelina.
Well, that was very timely of a report there, Janine, since we're seeing that powerful attack coming from Angelica Cruz. And, you know, iba yung feeling kasi na parang last game mo na in the high school division and you're the team captain. So emotions are just surging through your body that you want to give this game your all. And your teammates the motivation that I need.
But LPU still in the game here, only down by 5 in the second set. But they won that first set earlier. And of course, we saw team captain Angelica Cruz stepping up there aside from her teammates Gansha, Pulmones, and Rotakio.
Speaking of Rotakio with that powerful attack, and Bethel just letting that one slip through their hands. Mataas pa actually yung bola. But no one bothered to get the ball.
Better reception here for Bethel. And a response from the middle, care of Reducto.
It was a good play, a fast play coming from Bethel Academy. You can see her approaching with intent on that ball.
Razol to Gansha in the back. And no follow-ups here.
That
Coming
was a
from-
good coverage, actually, coming from the libero of Bethel Academy.
But no, this is what we've been seeing, Jelina, since the first set.
Yeah.
It's the follow-up. They're able to put that first ball or save that first ball. Pero sa follow-up, yun yung naging problema ng mga Bethelites.
It's kind of frustrating sometimes na yung naaangat mo na yung first ball and then nagkaka-miscommunication on the second ball.
Service ace here from Rotakyo, contributing in that front line and even on the service deck today.
That's the fourth service ace here on the end of Retarte.
Riterta from the pipe. Gansha. Armentia 1-2 play. And LPU just not expecting that.
Nagbabawian lang sila ng setter ng LPU because she did the same play kanina. And that was actually the perfect timing for her to do that.
Porto serving for Bethel Academy. 1-2 play by Razol, but Doroha was there. Rotakyo from the back. And Reducto here, getting a point off the block.
It was a good middle attack coming from the Bethel Academy. Parang nasway nga nila yung blockers doon na di aatake. But then, they handed it to the middle.
Tinatalon mo dito. Anong bablaki mo dyan? Ha? Tao mo nga yan eh. Hanapin mo to. Mag-i-stagard. Naghahanap. Stagard. Okay. Umangat dito. Di side step. Kuha. Tapos yung kamay nyo, ang problema, nakatingala. Nandito yung kamay. Bakit ayaw pasok yan sa loob? Ha? Tapos ayaw yung atakehin ng pulido. Ayan ang target natin, no? Tapos ito.
That huddle was powered by Smart. Live more today.
Well, tama nga naman si Coach Cromwell. In order for you to block the ball, kailangan mo talagang ipasok yung kamay mo and create like an umbrella effect for you to be able to block that well.
So some blocking reminders and target reminders coming from Coach Crom Garcia. Attack from the middle. Care of Luces of LPU.
She was actually hesitant with that spike there. Kala niya matatouch na yung net, but that was a good timing.
Armentia to Riterta in the middle. And a powerful attack there coming from Shane Riterta with some hang time.
As you see here, approaching the ball with the good timing and swaying the blockers of LPU. No reception, and that's a point for Bethel.
So subs here for Bethel Academy to serve. Gansha from the open side. And Gansha really delivering here para sa Lady Pirates.
If you're actually coming off from the serve, you're most likely to be the target of the spikers.
Riterta sets up the back, although free ball given up here by Bethel. Cruz! Good attack there coming from Cruz and a good setup as well from Ruazol.
That was good timing on the end of Cruz and a good set from Ruazol because at that time, naka-ready na yung mga receivers of Bethel. Napapalo yung open.
Pulmones will try. Liglasan blocked there by Cruz. Riterta, power tip. Free ball here para sa Lady Pirates. Drop ball again, coming from Gansha. And Riterta struggling here with her ball contact.
Yeah, medyo nanggigil na si Riterta on that end.
Huwag manggigil. We're doing okay. Hey, Shane. Hey. maganda naman yung nilalaro eh. Kailangan lang natin makapatay. Hey, come on. Huwag kang mag... Huwag kang manggigil. Hey, go, go.
Well,
That huddle was powered by Smart. Live more today.
well, we could really relate to that, yung panggigigil. Kasi naiiba talaga yung laro mo. Kasi you can't understand what's happening to you. Kasi nga, ibang emotion yung nag-run through your body. But then tama nga si Coach, you just have to play your game. Kalma ka lang. Huwag ka mag-alala because the team is doing well. Considering kanina malaki pa yung advantage. But now, all you have to do is gain back that momentum.
So Reterta struggling quite a bit here. But LPU really putting pressure on that serve.
I've noticed that she was, or she has been the target of LPU since kanina pa with their service.
Inta blocked there by Cruz. Good save, but no follow-up on the side of LPU.
That was a good coverage coming from Luasol. But then, good attack coming from Duterte.
2-point lead here for the Bethelites as Coach Crom calls a timeout.
Dati yung pinakamalapit mo sa isitan, ikaw. Okay, pagka nabuhay mo na. Leader. Kailangan ko ng leader na mag-take advantage, mag-advance. Naintindihan. Alam niyo na kung sinong tatauhin nyo. Pasahan natin ng maayos. Pag binigyan tayo ng bola, atakihin natin. Sinong blocker nito? Okay, pag gumanda, first option, quick. Pag walang-wala, dalawang wing. Ha, variety ha.
That huddle was powered by Smart. Live more today.
It's important in defense na may magli-lead talaga. Kasi if walang magli-lead, there's going to be a chance na may miscommunication. No one's going to get the ball, walang aangkin, so everybody's gonna think, oh, she's gonna get the ball for me.
That we heard Coach Crom asking for a leader in that court as Cruz commits an error there, coming off a low set, trying to bring that ball across the net.
Coach Crummel trying to say, nagawa na lang ng paraan. If there's a misset, just do your best to put the ball back on the other court and we could start over again.
Mutakyo there from the pipe. Reterta from the middle. And she scores a point here. That puts them at set point.
See the teammates as well on the sideline celebrating with their coaches with that good attack coming from Shane Reterta.
Armintia to serve, good serve coming from Bethel Academy. Pulmones, that one does not go over. So Bethel wins this second set. All tied up now at 1 set apiece. As we see our last sequence here, Pulmones' attack. That one,
An error as a last point for Bethel.
the score for that second set is 25-20 this time in favor of Bethel Academy.
There's nothing like winning the game.
Congrats sa promotion.
There's nothing like leveling up. There's nothing like the first face-to-face. There's nothing like meeting the fam. For great times, great memories,
There's nothing like Shakey's.
Enjoy only 5G data, only calls and texts, and only Netflix mobile on us. All with smart postpaid, powerful SIM-only plans starting at $9.99. Get it on eSIM online, only with smart postpaid.
get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more with Smart Power All-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
So So score is 25 to 20 in that second set. This time Bethel Academy getting one set on the board. So now all tied up at one set apiece as we take a look back at what happened during set 2. Jelena, for the side of Bethel, Riterta, we see her struggling quite a bit, and of course we heard earlier Coach Tristan giving her a few reminders na wag masyado manggigil. Of course, it's her last playing year for Bethel Academy and she really wants to do her best, but every time she makes an error rather, she's able to score after committing such as those earlier.
Well, yes, we see the change of events coming from the first set. Nung unang dikit pa yung score ng dalawang teams, but then Bethel tried to pull away, and then LPU was just struggling with errors. And both teams are just trying their best to win here, and now we're in with one set each.
For LPU, Ruazol, seemingly better movement as their playmaker here for the Lady Pirates as we see our numbers for set 2.
Well, most definitely, the attacks changed for LPU and Bethel Academy with having 16 to 12, blocks is 0, and then the aces, narrowing it down actually to 2-1. But the errors here, we have more errors coming from LPU.
So overall, still a neck-and-neck match.
Yes.
Halos pantay din ang ating stats in that second set as we see Shane Riterta with 14 points already in the game. And for LPU, Philip Hanagansha with 8 points. This set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and Mojos now to start this third set. Hanagansha getting one on the board.
Making that 9 points now for Gansha, who was our key player from the last game.
So our key players that we mentioned earlier, Jelena, that's Riterta and Gansha, still the leading scorers so far here in the third set for each respective team.
Well, since they're the key players, they have the pressure coming from the last game to perform well in this game here.
Free ball here given up by Bethel Academy. Cruz from the middle. We also have to really commend Doroha manning the floor defense here for Bethel Academy. Riterta from the middle. Armintia chooses Reinta, combination play there.
Good combination play coming from the Bethel Academy. Even I was fooled on that one. Nakala ko si Riterta yung papalo ng bola, but then coming through with that point.
Porto to serve here. Pulmones attacks from the open. There was a violation called on the side of Bethel. So point for LPU.
A net touch coming from the side of Bethel, and it was Triinta who actually touched the net.
Clearly seen on the replay, so good call by our referees.
There was no touch. They're calling for a block touch for that one, pero I don't think there is a block touch since, oh, there actually is.
But again, game goes on despite those calls. Triinta will set up Riterta in the middle, and she gets a point here.
There was a campfire in the middle of the LPU side. No one trying to get that free ball. That actually seemed like a free ball already.
Soft off-speed attack coming from Riterta. Does the job on that last sequence. And after that attack, she scores a service ace. The ball stuck in the ceiling here.
If I'm not mistaken, that's her first service ace for this game. And nakikita talaga natin dito coming from both squads na nilalakasan nila yung serve nila for them to be able to advance on that misreception from both ends.
So team captain and graduating player Angelica Cruz on deck to serve here for LPU. Armintia chooses Triinta, and Triinta gets one down the line.
Actually, she was actually above her blockers on that spike right there. Alam mo yun to si Triinta, every time that she gets the right momentum, nakakapatay talaga siya ng bola.
Rotacchio, that one, no touch and sails out for LPU.
Goes long for Rotacchio with the ball advancing over her.
Serve goes out for Bethel Academy, so an exchange of errors here in that last two sequences.
Coming from the second set, we saw that Bethel only had 6 errors and LPU with 8. And on first set, they had both 7 errors. Just goes to show that Bethel really mitigated the errors on the second set.
Again, this is our match 1 of Sunday morning here. Classification between Bethel Academy and LPU Cavite. Battle for 7th and 8th seed. For our next match, we'll have battle for 5th and 6th against Arellano University and FEU. Then for match 3, that's our Battle of Bronze, King's Montessori School up against National University Nazareth School. And for our final match of the day, our championship, that's Adamson University going head-to-head with Bacolod Taitung High School. Both teams still undefeated. And I don't think they have dropped a set, if I'm not mistaken.
Long rally here coming from both squads.
LPU only leading by 1. Riterta from the back, soft touch. Rotacchio. Riterta was there. Triinta will try. Armintia does the same and gets another point here off a 1-2 play.
That was a shocking play for LPU, but imagine their setter did the same thing to Bethel Academy before she did executed the same one as well. It's like they mirrored the action.
Gansha from the back, off-speed attack, and nagkatinginan na lang yung mga players.
Campfire, a donut hole.
Take a look at this last sequence. Gansha chooses that off-speed attack and no one getting that ball for Bethel.
Enjoy only 5G data, only calls and texts, and only Netflix mobile on us. All with Smart Postpaid's powerful SIM-only plans starting at $9.99. Get it on eSIM online, only with Smart Postpaid.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more with Smart Power All-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
Our TNT budget tropa of the game magload na sa inyong suking tindahan. Our girls from Bethel Academy. Let's now hear from Janine on the sidelines.
It may be Bethel Academy's first time here in the Shakey's Girls Volleyball Invitational, but the girls told me earlier, making it to the classification matches and beating the other schools throughout the tournament is them making a statement that Bethel Academy is a team that much bigger names out there should still look out for. Now we saw Coach Tristan remind the girls na wag nga manggigil, and that helped the team wake up and remember their game plan as we saw them regain their composure. Now back to you, Kayla and Janina.
Thank you, Janine. Well, if I'm being honest, this is my first time to ever see Bethel Academy play in the beginning of
Yeah.
or in this season rather of the Shakey's Girls Volleyball Invitational League. They're one of the newest additions to the league this year, and I am really surprised by the way they have been playing. Something I never really
Yes.
expected. My first time to see Riterta, Reinta, and Armintia, their setter, play, and just it's really good to see how high of a level these girls play at just the high school division.
And as we mentioned earlier, even if this is their first time here in this league or in this season, already a record was broken by one of their players, which is Riterta, which is 36 points, covering from the points of Ara Panique from last season.
And already also totaling 103 points throughout this season, and we only had about 9 playing
Yeah.
games, so that's a lot of points coming from Riterta as that attack goes out for the Lady Pirates. So point para sa Bethelites.
Coming from 7-9 to 10-9, with Bethel leading now. They're trying their best to pull away from LPU.
Definitely, this game has been really unpredictable ever since the beginning. Momentum just shifting from team to team. Napakasayang ang
Yeah.
mga bola.
I could see you here trying to get excited for that ball kasi nga naman, the effort to try to chase that ball and then no one was able to recover for their teammates.
What happens as they all just
Yeah.
look at each other? Walang umaako sa third ball. And we've been seeing that ever since that first set. So no adjustments yet on that part coming from Bethel Academy. But an attack error this time from Gansha.
Putting the lead again back to Bethel Academy. It's really great to see, you know, young kids or kids, teenagers playing this high level of volleyball. As we mentioned earlier, this was first time Bethel has been here, but so as well are the other teams that stepped up from last season's Girls Volleyball Invitational.
Now Gansha scoring a point here.
Trying to recover from that error a while ago.
Bethel Academy thought that that attack would sail out. Gansha again committing an attack error. May kasamang GVIL.
Yes. Coach Cromwell trying to remind her some instructions. Si tama naman yung timing niya. It was just the contact that was a little bit off.
Service ace here coming
Bethel,
from Bethel Academy.
Bethel trying to take advantage of the change of momentum, wanting to stray away from the points of LPU.
Set here to Pulmones. Reinta will have to bring that one across. Cruz with a powerful attack there.
Yeah, that is the third point coming from the middle attack of Cruz.
That smart power play of the set was presented by Smart. Live more today.
You could really feel the power coming from that spike.
Riterta getting a point there. Not so happy
Yeah.
with her contact as seen in her facial gestures.
A mirroring attack coming from Bethel Academy, almost trying to simulate what LPU did the point before.
But Riterta still the top scorer today. Although committing a service error.
The third error for this game. If I remember correctly, this was the sequence in the first set where LPU got a lot of service aces from Riterta.
That attack goes in for Treinta. Stepping up also for Bethel alongside Riterta.
That was a good call for Bethel because they tried to turn the rotation.
These are costly service errors being thrown away here coming from the Bethelites. Something they need to limit, especially that the game has been close since the beginning. Armintia and attack error here by Treinta.
Yes. And seeing the Bethelites struggling, the coach is now calling for a timeout.
Okay? Kasi yung service errors natin eh. Kaya nangyayari, kasi kaya dumidikit, kasi nagsa-service error tayo. Pagkapito pa lang, follow na.
Errors. Huwag tayong umasa sa errors nila dahil nakaka-points lang tayo.
Okay, we have to pass. Okay, let's pass. Ikot tayo agad. Pinapahabol natin eh.
Let's go!
Sinong blocker mo?
That huddle was powered by Smart. Live more today.
Well, coming from that timeout, yun nga, wag tayo umasa sa errors ng kabilang team kasi kaya naman natin gumawa. At the same time, kailangan natin mag-man up dito para makapoint tayo.
Free ball here for LPU. Coach Crum asking for a double contact on that free ball. But that puts Bethel Academy at 16-15.
Enjoy only 5G data, only calls and texts, and only Netflix mobile on us. All with Smart Postpaid's powerful SIM-only plans starting at $9.99. Get it on eSIM online, only with Smart Postpaid.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power All-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
So second technical timeout, this time Bethel Academy with the lead, but only by 1 point. As LPU still really trying to bag this third set.
Those service errors costing Bethel Academy a cut in their momentum.
Attack there by Rutakyo. Rutakyo will try once again. Armintia chooses Dinglasan in the middle. Drop balls this time being released by the wing spikers. Riterta was there. Pipe attack by Riterta. Sails out. No check on that one.
Asking for a check ball, but the ball was too high for the blockers' hands to touch them.
So this set, we've been seeing a lot of errors coming from both teams.
And their services, which are causing their momentum not to build up. And we're still neck and neck with the points here.
Gansha with a drop ball. Riterta from the middle. Good attack there coming from Shane Riterta.
That was a good play coming from the setter of Bethel. Giving it to Shane Riterta when LPU was still struggling on how to man their floor defense.
Ruazol gives it to Gansha. Porto from the open. Gansha tries again. That one too strong. No touch.
No touch ball for that one. Masyadong nanggigil na naman si Gansha doon sa palo na yon. But nasa baba siya ng bola nung pinalo niya kaya outside.
Pulmones from the opposite. Reterta, power tip in the middle. Gansha again. No blockers for Pulmones, but that one seals out.
Really seeing good defense coming from both teams.
Timeout called by Coach Cromwell. Let's listen in. Well, so far, Jelena, what's been happening here to the Lady Pirates?
Well, a lot of errors have been coming from their part and nahihirapan silang kumuha pa din ng timing dun sa palo nila. And it seems like they're hesitant pag pumapalo kasi parang feel nila mabablock sila. And in terms of services, they're also committing those errors na naghihinder para magka-build sila ng momentum.
Strong attack there by Rutakyo, but well defended by Bethel Academy. Gansha tries to go and put that one away. Porto. Gansha again. Denied at the net there by Reterta. Armintia chooses. Reterta tries to go for that end line. Reterta again. This time putting that one away.
That was a powerful spike coming from Reterta with no blockers and just the opportunity to kill the ball.
Definitely skying over those blockers. Good job on the side of Armintia. Another error here coming from LPU, so sub of Borda coming in for Luces.
Actually seeing Borda standing up in the corner a while ago, but then binabalik siya ni Coach Cromwell.
Service ace here. Much needed on the side of Bethel Academy to try and pull away further from LPU. That's scared of Dinglasan.
Mahirap sa sarili nyo. Alam nyo kung bakit? Hindi nyo alam ginagawa nyo eh. Di tiwala sa sarili nyo, wala. Tigas na tigas ka na dyan. Ano bang gusto mong gawin sa sarili mo?
Girls, enjoy natin.
Ha? Ayaw yung gisingin yung mga utak nyo. Ang dami nyo masyadong iniisip.
Tara, sabi ko, papakampante.
Nag-service error, simula sa service error mo, wala ka nang ginawang maayos. Bakit? Isip ka lang isip eh.
That huddle was powered by Smart. Live more today.
One of the most difficult things of being a player is having to battle the internal conflict that you have with yourself tuwing naglalaro. Ang daming pumapasok sa isip mo every time na magkaka-error, all the what-ifs. But the answer to that is you just have to set all those what-ifs free and step forward for you to be able to regain your confidence.
Definitely. I mean, in all types of sports, it's not just a physical battle. Of course, you're diving, playing your heart out. It's also mentally how to bounce back when you commit errors, especially kapag sunod-sunod na rin sila. And that puts Bethel Academy at set point here. Gansha saves a set point there.
Reminder from Coach Cromwell just to set herself free from her thoughts. Kasi nga kanina, parang she feels so stiffened. And now she gets the momentum of her spike and she gets a point for LPU.
Armintia to Reterta goes for that drop. Gansha. Pulmones from the opposite. And 2 set points saved here by LPU.
2 points coming off from LPU with attacks. Definitely yung timeout na yun, it's gave back their confidence into playing.
That's an ace here for LPU. So Coach Tristan will have to call for help. Let's listen in to their huddle.
Kukunin nila yan. Paluin mo, paluin mo. Wala nang isipin, paluin lang. No hesitations, buo yung loob, papaluin. No hesitations, kukunin yung pasa. Let's go, let's end this.
That huddle was powered by Smart. Live more today.
No hesitations, kunin lahat and give it your all. Yun nga talaga ang kailangan dapat gawin ng Bethel for them to get this last point for this set.
That's 3 straight points coming from LPU here, saving set point. Reinta tries to end the rally, and she does with that point.
Yes, should not hesitate, flying from the back row and hitting that ball as hard as she can and getting that point for Bethel to end this set right here.
So our score for the third set, 25-19 in favor of Bethel Academy.
There's nothing like winning the game.
Congrats sa promotion.
There's nothing like leveling up. There's nothing like the first face-to-face. There's nothing like meeting the fam. For great times, great memories.
There's nothing like Shakey's.
Enjoy only 5G data, only calls and texts, and only Netflix mobile on us. All with Smart Postpaid's powerful SIM-only plans starting at $9.99. Get it on eSIM online, only with Smart Postpaid.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power All-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
LPU and as well as Beth kasi nawawala yung kumpiyansa sa